Hi there, good morning. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. Welcome to 30 minutes of my day. If you're seeing this by now, you've probably seen the previous video announcing the winners of the little raffle I did for the Christmas Trolls book. And by now you probably have learned that there were two other surprise prizes. So there was a second place and a third place winner. And if you haven't already seen that, I'm not giving away any surprises. Go back and watch it. It's only 10 minutes long, but I do apologize. I had to hold my phone so that I wanted you to be able to see that it was the random name picker site doing it and not yours truly pulling any strings and any fast ones. So, congratulations to the person who won the Christmas Trolls book, and also to the two other people that will just be getting a tiny little goodie envelope. But woohoo! Who doesn't like getting happy mail? Even tiny little happy mail is wonderful. So, I'm still working on black and white here, slowly but surely. I got a lot on my plate this week. I'm not sure how much of black and white I'm going to get done this week. I have a whole bunch of things that have come up with my mother's, closing up my mother's estate. So I don't know how much running around I'm going to have, or paperwork, that sort of thing. So we'll see. But I have got some more stuff done. So I've got the front covers for the 5 signatures. I'm using some black and white scrapbook paper for those 4. And then for the center one, I'm using vintage photo album page. So I love how they look. I used up the last little bit. Honest to goodness, I had about that much room to be able to trim for this beautiful brocade that I found on one of my thrifting hauls, and I just knew that this had to go into black and white. And I like how it lays on top of this beautiful old hand crocheted lace that has a little bit of a scallopy wave to it. And then there's this. This is, here, let's stick that in there for now. I did that into like a tuck spot. So I like that. Now, did I put one on the back? Oh, I think I put a teeny tiny one on the back. Let's see. Yeah, teeny tiny one. This one is like black and off-white, so I put a little tiny off-white flowers on that one. I like it. So now what I've got inside is a page out of the hymn book. It's out of the original text block. And then I found a blank journal when I was thrifting last week. So I took the guts out. Hold on, let me find it. Very, very unattractive looking journal. Oh, where did it go? I'm hunting through my blue box here. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Oh, here it is. So keep your eye out for this if you've got thrift stores. So I found this. I didn't pay that because I went on Senior's Day. And I just pulled out the leftover unused paper. It had some torn out and some were torn, but for the most part, because it has sewn signatures in it, I thought I can use that folded paper. So, and I do that quite often. If it's a nice book, then you've already got pre-folded paper, and woohoo, bonus. So again, this may look creamy. I know I've been calling it black and white, but if you remember, I gave myself a little qualification that it's sort of going to be a black and white and brownish journal. So that I think falls under the brownish, you know, sort of ivory color. Anyhow, I'm loving how it's looking. I like the little girl putting a letter in the mailbox. So I've been choosing, oh, that's my template. I've been choosing extra pages to put in. And yes, they're kind of quirky. This is from that old book, Fractures, that I did. No, is this? No, these are just extras. Where's the ones? Well, we'll get to them. So this is a page out of the Reckoning book yeah, the Reckoner. Let me find it and show you so you know what I'm talking about. I got it in Happy Mail once and I love it. Musson's Ready Reckoner. It's a book just full of multiplications tables. Oh, there it is. Isn't that pretty? Won't that make a cute, teeny little journal someday? But right now I'm using it. I forget, 1916. But see, it's how many items you're selling if you're selling them for 6 cents each. So if you're selling 30 items for 6 cents each, it'd be $1.80. So it multiplies for you. So I guess this was their version of a calculator in 1916. Anyhow, I have been using my black and white washi tape, but for some of these really old ones, I wanted the fun of using some faux cellophane tape. So I did that with alcohol ink. And again, I feel like that qualifies in my brownish rule. So I've got that. This was from, what book was this from? Oh, this is that old book, 1895, Business Practice, Methods of Business. So I loved this. And again, remember, if you recall, I wanted to be able to maybe have this a little quirky. So I picked this page, first of all, because I think this is very pretty, but second of all, I like where it says how to write resolutions on the death of members of societies or prominent citizens. So, you know what? I like that. And then that, because it's 1895, this was quite good, this fold, but I just thought I could give it a little bit of extra help. Now, this is all right. I may go ahead and fortify that a little bit. Let me put that aside. I've got a page out of Wanda Gogg's book, Millions of Cats. I love that book. And it's black and white, so that counts. This is out of a 1944 school atlas. So I liked that. Now I chose this page out of a 1936 book of knowledge that I have. And I liked it because it had like the Dead Sea and crypt. And I think there was something else that was kind of, oh yeah, all these different death rate, death duties, death. I liked the variety on that. A page out of a Birdwatcher's book that I had. It's tea-dyed. This is from that big bundle of check reimbursement book that I had, and it was actually already the right size. I always save my extra pages. I always choose too many pages to go into a book when I'm making them. And so I, of course, save the folded folios because they'll go into another journal somewhere. And this one's going in here. Now here's a page out of the book Anatomy and Physiology that I did last year. I loved this. What it looks like if you could see through the bones, what the roots of your teeth would look like through there, and how in a child you can see the adult teeth up inside the upper part and in the jaw. It's just cool. If you've never Google imaged that, it's really amazing to look at the x-rays of the adult teeth that are up inside the bones waiting to come up. It's pretty cool. If you're squeamish, don't look at it. But if that sort of thing intrigues you, it's pretty cool. This is from an old bird book. I still have to write the year. I forget what year this bird book is. It's old. I should go find it and we'll write it in. Hold on. Because it's a really pretty book, and one of these days I will be making a journal out of this. But in the meantime, I am, see, I know it's old because the salutation in there is from 1901. Let's see the year. $18.98. It's in lovely condition for $18.98. Isn't that a pretty book? So someday that will be a journal. Not yet. So let me write that down here. 1898. So that's going in. It's just got some little birds in there in black and white. So it counts. Oh, this is also from that book that I did, Fractures. Now I can't remember the year of Fractures either, but I have that here. I just thought that was a nice, a nicely proportioned skull with beautiful teeth. Whoever that person was. All right, Fractures. 1916. I keep a list of years of the books that I pull from. So sometimes if I don't feel like getting out of my chair, I can just grab my book and find it on my list. But I knew that the bird one wasn't in the list. Actually, I should write it in my list. Hold on. See what I mean? This is 30 minutes of my day, so it's not necessarily quality crafting time. What's this called? Nests and Eggs of North American Birds. Nests and Eggs. 1916. Oh, wait, no, that's not what we said it was. That one's 1916. That's 1898. I'm sure I'm out of there. I put it in. Sorry about that. All right, so this was from the Manual of Gardening. Now, what year are you? Manual of Gardening, 1911. So I got a nice variety of really old pages that I'm going to put back in. Now this one's not that old. This is a encyclopedia on watches. And it's not that old. Where is it? Watch and Clock Encyclopedia. De Carl. It's vintage, but it's not antique. Come on. I love all these ads. Aren't they cool? There we go. 1959. Oh, see, that's not old at all. Guess who was born then? 1959. And I should put that on my list because I don't think I have it in my list. Watch and Clock. Oh, yeah, I did have it in my list. Oh, well. Now, this is a newer book that is a reprint, but I really liked the illustrations. And it's one of those books that was not sewn together. It was glued together. Household Hints, it was called. So I had to marry up, and in a way that's nice because I could pick two sides that I like. So I liked this and I liked this, and isn't that pretty? And then I chose this one as well in the laundry. How to make all kinds of drinks for the sick. Nice. So anyhow, so I've got those ready. I think this needs a tiny little bit of reinforcement, but this is too wide. You know what? I'm going to cut it in half because I do want to use the black and white. So maybe I'll just put it there, not in half, but I will take like 1/4 of an inch off. I'll find a way to use the rest. Hope I'm in. I am. Okay, good. So let's there. Well, to my Canadian friends who had Thanksgiving this past weekend, I hope it was a nice one for you. Ours was very nice. We got to spend time with children and grandchildren from both sides of our family, so I'm always grateful for that. And I'm always grateful when I don't have to cook anymore. I've cooked a lot of turkeys and hams over the years. For many, 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 many years, it was me. And it's a lot of work. So it's very, very nice and very much appreciated now when we get an invitation and we can just bring something to help with the dinner, but don't necessarily have to do the big entertaining part of it anymore. It's I don't know, there's some things in my life I'm feeling my age, and that's one of the things I'm feeling my age, is cooking a great big massive meal for a lot of people. It's hard. All right, let's do this. Oh my goodness. So I ordered more glue, and I like this Scotch brand glue. Thank you to whoever recommended it to me. Someone recommended it to me. I feel badly when I don't remember names, but please know I'm grateful that you recommended it because it is a good glue stick. Scotch brand permanent glue stick. It also comes in purple. I have had it in purple as well. This time I just happened to order the clear, and oh, that's my sweetie pie going in and out the door if you hear chimes going. Anyhow, this past week, I accidentally ordered twice as many as I intended because it comes in a package of 18. And I thought, okay, I'll get one package. That'll do me just fine. Well, I now have 36. 36 glue sticks. Oh, boy. At least, thank goodness, I like it. One time, I was at Staples, and I noticed that a lot of crafters use Yoo-hoo or Oohoo, depending on how you prefer to pronounce it. And I thought, well, that must be good. I've never used it, but everyone likes it. So I just bought a ton of it, and I didn't enjoy it. I found, for me, and I'm not saying it's for everyone, but for me, I could glue something down, and then a day or two later, I could see a corner, and I could just sort of pick at it with my finger and peel everything off perfectly. So I'm not sure whether it's Canadian Yoo-hoo glue or whether I happened upon a batch of old Yoo-hoo glue. I'm not sure, but I ended up with a bunch of this Yoo-hoo glue. I did not have my receipt. I'm looking around for my scissors while I'm belly aching about Yoo-hoo glue. Anyhow, so that's one time that I had a whole ton of glue that I did not, that I was not happy about afterwards. But this, you know what? If it lets me hibernate for the winter up here in my studio with 36 tubes, fortunately, they're not very big. So that should keep me out of trouble for a while. Good. Oh, he's coming back in. There we go. So that's nice. So this is just a folio out of the book of Psalms. Now, I do want to put some tea-dyed paper in this book. You always have to have some blank pages. So I'm going to pause and go grab some tea-dyed paper. So hold on. Okay, so I'm going to put at least one in. So I need 5, 1 per signature. Where's my template? Good. Not sure if I want any tip outs. I think flip outs. I think this journal is going to be quite pocket and journaling card bulky. And flip outs can really bulk up a journal. So I don't think I'm going to do any flip outs. Now, here's what I do with tea-dyed paper sometimes is tea-dyed paper, because it's been wet, when it's dry, it's not a perfect rectangle anymore. So I find that if my page is big enough, I will pre-fold it and use the folded side to create the rest of my right angles when I cut it. I hope that makes sense. It will make sense in a second when I cut these. Yeah, so I cooked a lot of turkeys and hams, and I think one year we did a crown pork roast for Christmas dinner. That was tasty. We've done a few prime ribs. That's tasty too. For Christmas or Thanksgiving or Easter. I don't know why with Thanksgiving. I think that's the holiday that I miss my brother the most. I have one brother that we lost way too young to cancer. He was only 52 at the time. And for some reason I miss him the most at Thanksgiving is my hard one for missing Mark. I think because Thanksgiving for sure, my mom and dad were still here, so we had mom and dad. My parents used to go to Florida for Christmas, so for my side of the family to get together, it was usually Thanksgiving, because sometimes they weren't back in time for Easter. So we always knew for my side of the family, Thanksgiving was the one where we could all be together and see each other. It was nice. So I kind of, Thanksgiving's my one for missing Mark. And now, of course, thinking about my mom and dad too. But see, I think about my dad more often on my own birthday, because he and I have the same birthday. For my mom, I'm not sure yet what it's going to turn into, because it's still so fresh missing my mom. And so different. Our relationship changed so much by the end, because by the end I was very much her parent, and she was like my little child. So, and I'm still in that year of firsts with mom being gone. So I don't know what to anticipate with her. But anyhow, yeah, so long story short, Thanksgiving, that's my bittersweet one, because I do I enjoy Thanksgiving very much. I love the holidays that haven't yet been commercialized into making us spend time in stores buying presents. That's why I love American Thanksgiving too, because I feel like American Thanksgiving, for us up here in Canada, of course, we get all the TV shows up here, so it's wonderful. You know, Macy's Day Parade and all that. I love that stuff. I'll usually, certainly when my kids were little, I used to cook a big dinner on American Thanksgiving as well, because it's fun. And the thing I like about American Thanksgiving is you get all the fun of Christmas, all the music and decorations for those of us that put it up early, and I do. But you don't have to worry about buying. That is low on my totem pole of what I enjoy about Christmas. I like the food. I like the music and time with family and games and movies. Don't worry about these. These get used up. So if you're thinking, what a waste, look at those offcuts. No. Now this tiny little piece will, that'll go in my blue box. But these will get used. Anyhow, yeah. So, and we had, when I'm talking about all the meals that I've cooked over all these years, I'm 62 and I started cooking. My mother had me in the kitchen quite young. And my dad was good help in the kitchen, but my brothers were zero help in the kitchen. They just showed up whenever we'd say, dinner! But I'm glad now that my mother said, come on, get in the kitchen. I know how to cook now. But certainly when it came my time to start cooking, when my parents and my in-laws, all became the grandparents, I had 4 sets to cook for, because we had my parents to make sure we had over. Then we had my in-laws divorced. So we had my mother-in-law and her new husband and my father-in-law. And then for a long time, my grandmother-in-law was very much alive and vibrant. And we liked to make sure that we had her over too. And because my family was so big, our house was not big enough to just have them all in one fell swoop. So I would end up cooking many big meals over all of the holidays throughout the year. So long story short, everything all comes around full circle. It was Thanksgiving this year, and we had enjoyed a lovely meal. One on my side of the family, one on hubby's side of the family, and they're all our family. The grandbabies certainly, they were just grandma and grandpa. Well, Bubby and Papa. It's awfully nice to just say, what can I bring? And what time should we be there? It's lovely. I'm so grateful. That's one part of getting old that is very, very nice. I don't know if you're in the same boat, but it's very nice. And you get to enjoy other people's cooking skills, which is wonderful too. All right. There we go. I guess I better check, because I don't think my timer's correct. And I think I could be talking to a turned off camera. No, I'm not. Yes. Good. I didn't get turned off. But I am getting closer to the end here. All right, let's get you out of the way. So now I've got 5 of these that can go in. So we got time to do that. And then I'll sort out where I'm going to put the extra, all these fun pages from all those old books. So let's get these in. There we go. Well, thanks for joining me today. I hope I didn't ramble on too much, but when you're cutting papers, it's not terribly exciting all the time. There's a pencil mark there. But hopefully you saw that whenever possible with tea-dyed paper, I'll do my fold first and then I'll trim around to ensure that it is that it hasn't stretched out of shape. Now sometimes the tea or coffee, whatever you've used, has left too much yumminess along the edge, and then I just have to figure a way around that because sometimes I really want that really cool staining. But most of the time, this is what I do. Well, take care. Have a great rest of your day. If you're one of the winners from my raffle, please don't forget to email me with your information so I can get them in the mail as soon as possible because they're going around the world. Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye.